Hoi hoi chat, hoi hoi, what's up today? We've got another Cunny News Network day. Another big we're just gonna talk about the news today. No games. Sorry if somebody was here for gaming. Hi Shiroi. Hi Kvetchgard. Hi Bug, and hi Festivia. Hope everyone's doing good today. Hope everyone had a solid day. If you couldn't tell by the title, we're going to talk about JoCat, because JoCat is in trouble again. And in my opinion, he deserves it.
I'm a Dojin character now.
Alright, we already started with the Dojin characters. By the way, I do not believe the redeems work on the other podcast bit. That is intentional. Or at least the voice redeems. I like to be professional news. But we're gonna be chatting about our favorite guy, JoCat. And I do want people to know that, in fairness, I have a history of not liking him. So if you're here to hear a beautiful defense of this beautiful sweet boy JoCat, you're not gonna hear it from me. I actually think he is there's a debate to be had, but I personally think he's intentionally malicious, and he hides it behind his uwu soft boy persona. I genuinely don't think he buys into any of his own bullshit. I will show you that JoCat's fans have personally gotten one of my Twitter accounts taken down before. Over this meme. I made this beautiful meme of JoCat when he posted that his I Like Girls video had gotten to 1 million views or something. Or sorry, 10 million views. It was a lot of views. And he was not happy. He replied to me directly and then immediately showed up in my DMs to yell at me. He's like, I don't talk about it that much. I only mention it once or twice, and this time I only mentioned it because it was a huge milestone. Is like, no, dude, you talk about this thing every other week, because it's your mark on the internet, right? And my thing is, if it was me, if I had made the I Like Girls video, I would own it. That's what I really don't get about him and people like him, is... and on the one hand they want to own it, but on the other hand they want to like hide from it because they're like, oh, this is the only thing people know me for. Bro, I don't care if I have a video that has 10 million views. I'm gonna like share that shit everywhere. Is this like a closeted dude? So we're not gonna get into personal attacks. However, his girlfriend is asexual and does not sleep with him. To the point where when he was getting like people making fun of him for being gay from this clip, her getting back at them was drawing an image of taking him away to have sex. Which it's like, okay, bro, that's that's fine, I guess. Honestly, in that situation, he's probably just super pent up and doesn't have much going for him. But not to get super into like personal attacks and stuff. I have to. So this is what he got in trouble for today, and I kind of think he deserves it. And we'll get into more on it later, but I kind of just wanted to go over it real quick. So he posted a tweet, and he says, I'm kind of proud of VTubers slowly but surely breaking down idol culture roots of VTubing. Showing your face, being open about having a partner, keeping the parasocialness in check. I think it's healthier overall. I will preface the showing face part is absolutely only for people who are comfortable with doing it, but those who do make it a reminder that we're all just people at the end of the day, which I think is good. This is dumb on like multiple levels. I do want to address the face part because first off, if you're regularly showing your face and that's all you do, I don't really consider you much of a VTuber. My big complaint with it is when I'm talking to you guys, I am Mizu. There isn't like a person behind me. I am Mizu. And when you got these people that constantly show off their face, they're like, yeah, you might like my character, Demon Mommy, but in real life, I'm Janice. And it's like, no, you are either Demon Mommy or you are Janice. I don't do both. It's weird. I don't like it. It kind of ruins the point, you know? Because, and this is something somebody brought up. We're not like voice actors. Like, I'm not gonna hand Mizu off to somebody else and now like somebody else plays Mizu. I am Mizu. Mizu dies with me. There is no one else after me. There's no like hand-me-down VTuber. And like there's some stuff that like, yeah, could be better. Like the parasocialness, sometimes that does need to be kept in check, but that's not like an idol culture thing. That's just a content creator thing. Like, do you think that people are less parasocial about, you know, like The Rock or Johnny Depp because they can see their face? Like, it's not even close. People are going to be parasocial with anyone they look up to. The only reason it's, quote, more pronounced with content creators online is because everybody has access to us, right? Like, everybody can go to my YouTube comment section and see what people are saying. There really isn't any way to talk to, like, celebrities. They don't typically have YouTubes. And if they have a Twitter, they typically only use it for, like, business stuff. You don't typically see the parasocialness. That doesn't actually mean it's not there. And the being open about having a partner, you don't need to know if I have one or not. Like, the only times I've posted about having partner is, like, as a joke. And, like, I get it. If you want to tell your followers that you have a partner, sure. But, first off, showing your face and having a partner increases parasocialness, just so we're clear. But, like, it's not important for your fans to know everything about your personal life. And it's the same thing with, like, other celebrities. When people find out, like, a celebrity has a partner, typically that's not because they told everybody. Typically that's because the paparazzi found out about it, or the paparazzi caught them like in public together. But it's not, for any field of like quote famous people, it's not normal to talk about your personal life, because you're not like, no offense to you guys, I love you guys, almost everybody in chat is like not my friend. You're fans and you're people that are interested in my content, but we're not like friends. We're not going to go to the bar after the stream and hang out and talk about our personal lives. Heck, some of my real friends don't know everything about my personal life. They don't need to. But this got him like quite the bit of backlash, to the point he has already deleted it. And this is his new post, which is still available for everybody. Boop. I did not realize that tweet would have upset so many people. I know now that it was a poor misunderstanding about important aspects of VTubing, and I am sorry. I appreciate folks coming to my defense, but regardless, I think it is a sign I shouldn't post opinions about VTubing, especially if they are ill-informed, which I now know I was. So I actually have, I made like a really quick meme before stream relating to this, because, and it has to do with the stream title. I think JoCat has a type of Schrodinger's donkey. And for those of you who have never heard, there's a YouTuber known as Donkey. And Donkey has a really bad habit of saying extremely stupid stuff about video games and deciding whether or not his video was a joke or if it was a serious, like, analytical critique based on how people respond to it. So if he gets a whole bunch of backlash, he'll go on Twitter and he'll be like, just so you know, my video was a joke. It was satire. It was parody. You guys don't get it. But if people really like the video, suddenly it's like, I am a beautiful YouTube analyst. My takes are the best. And everyone knows, like, everything I say is factually correct. And this started to develop a thing people called Schrodinger's donkey, which was basically like, if you get backlash, then it's just a joke. If you don't get backlash, then it's totally super serious. And I thought that sort of applied to JoCat, because this is not the first time JoCat has tried to insert himself into a community and got backlash. And then suddenly he pulls the, I actually don't know anything about this community I was trying to get involved in. So I made this fun little meme for us, chat. This is our new thing for him. We're calling it Schrodinger's JoCat. And it works really well, because the original thing is Schrodinger's cat. Anyways. So if he doesn't get backlash, he's fixing the trash community and helping cut out the toxic parts. If he does get backlash, I have no clue what I'm talking about. Whoopsies. Just whoopsies. I'm just an innocent little boy. Whoopsies. So this is our new JoCat meme for the week. We'll see if he gets mad about this one like he did the other one. And I think this 100% definitely applies to him. This happened previously when he did it with VTubing. This has happened previously with video games like Final Fantasy. Like, he constantly inserts himself into communities, and he gives like a hot take. And if the community likes it, well, he's doing a good thing, and he is the brave soldier on the front lines cutting out all the toxic assholes. And if people get mad at him en masse, oh, whoopsies, I didn't know what I was talking about, I'm sorry. It's so annoying. Ugh. But I'll post this in Discord if anyone wants the meme. You know he'll get mad at it? He will. Because he has before. He's gotten mad at me before. So, this is... I would be remiss if I didn't bring up this. I don't think he necessarily supported the harassment of Pika-Me, but he definitely he definitely didn't do any favors for it, right? So when the Hogwarts Legacy thing happened, Pika-Me said that she wanted to play it, everyone's favorite tea kettle, and he decided to chime in and talk about it. And he said, anyone shouting, "What about the harassment?" is taking the conversation and focus away from the main issue. Trans people are still in danger. Specifically, the harassment faced by content creators, it is not, nor should be about us. Content creators are not in the same danger that trans people are. So this was said directly responding to people constantly harassing others, specifically Pika-Me, for playing Hogwarts Legacy. And this is one reason why a lot of VTubers are already very iffy with JoCat. He's already kind of stepped his foot into the VTubing space with this, and he upset basically everybody. Nobody liked this take. Everybody thought he was a dickhead. As far as I know, this tweet is actually still up, because that's his new profile picture, so he never actually removed this one. I only brought up this one because this is in reply to his newest tweet, which, by the way, just for proof, it is deleted. He got rid of it. Oh, whoops, I forgot to swap that Twitter screen. My bad. But yeah, this this is kind of what I mean. When it came to this issue, he tried, and you can see, like, he got pretty good likes on it. This is one of the ones he tried to pull, I'm just cutting the toxic elements of your community out for you. Having fun? We're always having fun here. So I don't want to get too into this. Like I said, I don't think this necessarily counts as him harassing her like other people say, but it's definitely justifying it, and it's definitely dismissing it, and you sound like an asshole when you say that. Like if somebody comes up to you and you're like, I'm getting death threats, like this really sucks, and your response is just, well, you know, like other people in the world have it worse, so you should probably just get over it. Especially when you're in a position like he is, where you are seen as the nice guy uwu creator, you probably shouldn't be making excuses for that. That's just me. I think they'd call that a sneak diss, probably. These pop up on screen? No, they don't. So I would like to point out that supposedly JoCat has quit the internet, which this tweet still exists from him. If this is what it takes to be a content creator online, I don't think I'm cut out for it. Read his post on his website. Teal Deer, I'm going to finish up my current ongoing projects, and I'm going to be taking an indefinite break from making content. This tweet is also deleted. This tweet was posted over a year ago. And he immediately came back, like not even a month. I called him out on Twitter for coming back after he posted this tweet, and he directly replied to me and told me, actually, if you really read my tweet, you'd say I'm finishing my current projects. So I'm not actually back. Once my current projects are done, I'm leaving again. Clearly that never happened. I think for me, it's the fact that he doubled down on it. He, like, physically came to me after I called him out. He doubled down on it. And he's still here after he promised he was leaving and tried to start shit with me for saying he was never going to leave. Oh, I love it. So I do have this. This is nothing specific. This is just to show that this tweet did exist and that it was posted sometime around the end of December 2023. Because you can see every person here, December 20th, December 19th, December 21st. This is just to show that I'm telling the truth. This tweet was in fact posted December 2023, and he has since deleted it. Because that's what he does. When he makes a stupid take, he just deletes it later. But I don't have, like, a whole bunch of his history to get into, because, quite frankly, I don't care. I think he just kind of sucks as a creator. I think, personally, he's probably just talking shit to get a rise out of people, because it works, right? He is a special type of Ragebaiter that will intentionally incite anger in people, so then he can pretend like he's being harassed, and he can come off looking like the good guy, because that's what his followers expect. They expect him to say that he is, quote, learning, and that he is apologizing. So as long as he says, after he says something stupid, I apologize, I'm just learning, he's good, and they'll love him for it. They eat it up. But the fact is, he does this over and over and over again. Where is the learning? At what point do you get to say, no, you're literally not learning, you literally don't care? You're clearly doing this for attention. And actually, I wish I had the DMs, but I specifically told him this in DMs when it came to the I like girls thing. Because he told me directly, do you think I like being harassed just for making this one video? And I sent him back, if you really do hate the harassment you get from this one video, why do you bring it up every other month? Because every time I like girls comes back into the Twitter discussion, it's because JoCat brought it up again. If that video really caused you that much pain and suffering, you wouldn't constantly bring it up. I wouldn't constantly bring it up. It's clearly just causing problems. But he does it because it's useful. As soon as he does it, he can say, oh, people are harassing me again. I'm just a good little boy. I didn't do nothing. And it basically gives him a free get out of jail card. And I think that's why he really didn't like that I made this particular meme. Because I called out the fact that, despite the fact he talks about how much stress it causes him, he brings it up all the time. I would also like to point out to people, because a lot of people don't know this, because a lot of people weren't around when I Like Girls first hit the internet. When I Like Girls first hit the internet, there wasn't a wave of harassment that came to him. That's the story he tells. He tells that he just made this cute little animation about liking girls, and everybody called him the meanest words in the world, and they were trying to shut him down. What actually happened is a fairly large Twitter user at the time reposted a segment of his video, and all they said was, this dude makes liking girls feel gay. And he, flipped his shit on Twitter. It was literally just weeks of him yelling at this guy, of him trying to get this guy, banned and reported. He was mad. And it was a joke. The guy just said a joke. There was no influx of users to JoCat's account calling him mean words. There was no influx of death threats. It was just a joke. And he couldn't take it. And to this day, that he will never admit that that's actually what happened. He will always tell the story that he was severely harassed by the entire internet just for making the video. Which is just not what happened. He didn't get harassed till he tried to get this guy taken down for calling him gay. And then suddenly people were like, wait. You're trying to censor people because they made a joke at your expense? That's not cool, dude. Because at the time, Twitter was a lot more, political. We'll say political. And free speech was a huge issue that a lot of people were talking about. It was everywhere. You could not escape it. And it didn't work for him. It didn't go over well. I actually called him out on this in DMs too, and he just ignored it and wouldn't really respond. God, I wish I had my DMs with him. It was great. I was trying to get him on Under the Tea one week, and he said he would, and then he just flaked on me. I'll have to find the video later, but he admitted in the comment section of another YouTuber that was trying to call out me, Lumi, and Akko, that he intentionally flaked on me without saying anything because, quote, I revealed myself to not be the positive force in the VTuber community that I had presented myself as. Which just so we're clear, I've never presented myself to anyone as a positive force in the VTuber community. I have always presented myself as a gremlin. Even when I wasn't a gremlin model, I presented myself as a gremlin that liked to sip tea and talk shit about other VTubers. I think he was lying in that. I don't know what he could have possibly seen on my account that made him think I was a beautiful positive force for VTubing. I love the drama. It's beautiful. Sometimes I do reveal super nasty people in the community. But that's not, like, intentional. Most of the time, that just kind of goes across my desk. I'm not an investigative journalist. Chaotic neutral, I can live with that. I can live with chaotic neutral. But I found this out today, and I kind of feel bad that I hadn't found it out before, because I feel really stupid now. That it's possible to view, like, the quote tweets of a deleted tweet just by changing the URL, which I should have known. I know. I'm dumb for not trying that before. But sometimes it's hard to find, like, the actual URL of the original tweet. Well, luckily, I, unlike a lot of people, don't normally take screenshots of tweets. I typically retweet the tweet itself, and then I'll add a screenshot to it later if it gets deleted. So thankfully, I still had the link to his tweet, so we can read what all the VTubers are saying about JoCat. So we have Alexander Furious. No, JoCat, throwing away everything that means being a VTuber will not take away the parasocialness. Don't talk about healthy communities when you supported the harassment of VTubers over a game while virtue signaling every time you can. You're a wolf disguised as a sheep. Here is the one I showed earlier for the Pika-me thing. I feel like this guy just comes back randomly, looks at the safe opinions on Twitter, and just throws them all into a tweet. Why even be a VTuber at that point? If you're just going to show off your face and IRL self. I actually like Codename Ferret. I don't follow them on this account. Probably followed them on my old account. It's the Burger King guy, but as an anime girl. JoCat is exactly the kind of person that forces themselves into hobbies, community complains what he just invaded, and then demands change. Go away, tourist. I've actually seen this a lot with JoCat. He seems to like to go into communities and tell people that they need to change, and then claim, like, I'm just helping get rid of the toxicity. I'm a good little boy helping you guys. You need my assistance. Here's Auntie. See, this is a better take about the Pika-me thing. Forgotten about the time when you downplayed the harassment content creators like Pika-me and Seaverville were receiving over Hogwarts Legacy. I do agree with saying it this way. I don't necessarily agree with him saying, like, supported the harassment or directly harassed her. Yeah, here it is. Like to add onto the pile and say that you actually made liking women seem gay. That's been his problem. Kind of proud of VTubers for destroying everything it means to be a VTuber in the first place. But what would I really know, because I absolutely know nothing about VTubers, I just want to run my mouth anyways. I like Nekopon. I'm gonna bring Nekopon on a stream sometime. What a good way to make VTubers feel insecure. Good job. I don't feel insecure about it. I'm not gonna post my face. I saw this one. I kind of agreed with this, although I admittedly don't know much about, like, goth subculture. It really feels like VTubing is getting the goth treatment. It's a music subculture first and foremost, but a lot of people go into it or look at it just assuming and expecting it's just an all-black outfit they can play dress-up in this case, a VTuber model and idol. Kind of cool that VTubers deny the whole point of being a VTuber in the first place. Also very bold coming from the dude who supported the harassment of one of the most beloved VTubers out there. You should really stick to homosexually talking about women and nothing else. Oh. Yeah, like, people are mad at him. Still February, and a random JoCat tweet already showed up on my For You page again. Kind of proud we removed the unique aspects of VTubing that separated it from streaming. You let Pika-Me and Silvervale go through hell over a video game. You sure didn't keep parasocial behavior down, now did you? You don't get to say in our hobbies. You don't get to support the harassment of VTuber talents that actually care about the medium over a video game, especially old guard like Pika-Me, and have any say. Chaser, don't you just dislike the shit out of Tourist? I like how, I don't know if you've noticed, not a single tweet has been in his favor. Not one yet. Every single one is just, wow, you're dumb. This is what it takes to get him to change his opinion, right? It doesn't matter, like, how good your argument is against him or how little he knows about it. It has to be, like, universally every single person saying that he sucks. Kitsunero agreed with him, if you know who that is. I admit I don't. I'm sorry. Maybe they'll show up. I don't know if they've retweeted it or not. Kind of proud we are turning a streaming genre that is based around anonymity into a horror show. Hey, JoCat, remember when you were perfectly A-okay with Pika-Me getting harassed? Go ahead, preach your disrespect for the culture, see where it takes you. She replied to the follow-up tweet. I don't have a link to the follow-up tweet, unfortunately. I might not get that one. Now that VTubing has become popular for what it is, let's take all the stuff that makes it unique and discard it. You can keep parasocials in check without butchering what makes VTubing unique. Shut up, leave the internet like you said you would 5 times already. I'd also point out, because I forgot this earlier, he didn't just say that he would leave the internet. He also said a couple months ago that he would leave Twitter for Blue Sky and that he would never come back to Twitter. And he is immediately back to Twitter, like everybody else. Just check his Twitter. Yeah, I don't know who that is, though. Like, I don't know if that's their Twitter handle. This tweet right here just retroactively justified everything that happened to you because of that annoying song. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, you meant his follow-up tweet. I thought you meant the second tweet that he deleted. I mean, I might look through it later. Oh yeah, Nyaru. I'm so tired. Imagine how this could have been a productive discussion without resorting to idol culture bad. VTubing wouldn't exist without idol culture. You don't have to follow it or like it, but respect it and the people who choose to go that route. I think, not just for JoCat, but for some of there are a very small amount of VTubers that agreed with him about the idol culture bad thing. I would say that they have this misunderstanding, I see a lot of people have, where if a community has something bad in it, their response is throw the whole community away, instead of let's fix that bad thing. Oh, thank you for the 2. JoCat got some narcissistic tendencies. He can F off. I wouldn't say some. I'd say a lot. I think that kind of comes with the territory of being a large creator, though. I think when you get to a certain size, you kind of become a bit of a narcissist. Which is funny, because I joke about being a narcissist all the time. But of course, anybody that knows me knows I'm not. It's just like it's my bit. And I am universally correct, and everyone should know that. More of the Pika-Me stuff. You're not a VTuber if you proceed to show your face. The whole point of one being an idol and putting on an act, all while using an anime girl model. There's a difference between acting and being yourself. You described the opposite of a VTuber. Accentier, I think it's kind of telling when you see people who performatively participate in a culture or subculture talking about breaking down the roots of it. It's openly stating you do not actually like VTuber culture. You only like the idea of being a flesh tuber with an avatar. I think that's a very fair take as well. And this goes for anything, right? And this is why I get really annoyed with some of the people that go in on the games I enjoy. If you come into, like, my community, you need to support, like, what my community is. If the first words out of your mouth are, I'm a big fan, except the base of everything kind of sucks, and it could probably do with some changes. That's no good. You can't start off on that foot. JoCat, what is a VTuber? What is the purpose of VTubing? In VTubing, you are playing a virtual avatar of yourself. Showing how you actually looked completely disregards the purpose. It's just become a regular streamer at that point. Yep. You want Twitch streamers? Go watch a Twitch whore in a bikini. VTubers don't need your kind. Also, thank you, Dylan. Kind of liked VTubing with fewer tourists around. Also about parasocial fans, you were saying stalkers. Every fan is parasocial. I do think JoCat is just talking out of his ass, as always. I have to sort of agree with that. I think everybody is a little parasocial with the people they like online. I'm not saying, like, deathly parasocial or, like, creepy parasocial. But... like, I think everybody's a little parasocial. Kind of like everybody's a little racist. So basically, proud of VTubing shedding its unique identity and barely having anything remaining that sets itself apart from everything else. True. If you ever show your face, you're not a VTuber. You never wanted to be a VTuber. You're just a failure who couldn't make it otherwise, so you jumped on the bandwagon. You're soulless, staying on the culture, and you should F off back to whatever hole you crawled out of. Proud of VTubers ruining VTubing. True. Only a little who told you ladies lies. Every Pipakistani is parasocial. Oh, 100%. Even if it's just a meme. This guy was all for Pikami getting harassed because she played Harry Potter, by the way. Generva, well, I mean, VTuber fans could just go and find other VTubers to watch, like those who actually put the virtual in VTubing. True. Idol culture is when people don't show their face. But really, how do people even find themselves saying stuff like this? 5 seconds of thinking could have stopped a tweet like this from being posted. No, that's also true. You should probably think more on that stuff. Sorry, chat. I'm getting a sip in my drinky drink. My throat kind of hurts today. Everyone at my work is sick. And I think they're probably passing it on to me. And the only reason I know I think I'm getting it is because my body is very sensitive. And when, like, everything starts feeling very sensitive, it typically means I'm getting sick. Kind of proud of how VTubers are completely unrecognizable from every other Twitch streamer and no longer have the thing that makes them different. I want everything to be the same as everything else. Wolf Spain, thank you for the 5. It's not surprising that he thinks he can change a VTuber culture when he feels that he helped cause the renaissance of the D&D 5e, but helped destroy it. I don't know if this is true, because I haven't looked into it, because I've publicly said this. I don't know, I really don't know much about D&D. I saw a thing pop up today that says D&D was removing orcs entirely, and they have edited the flavor text of liches because they believed the original flavor text came off as anti-Semitic. Unsure if that's true. Don't take my word for it, but I saw it and I honestly wouldn't doubt it after they turned the orcs into Mexican rancheros because they didn't want them seen as black, so they made them very stereotypically Mexican, and they still got backlash because obviously they did remove all half-breeds. Is that what they meant? Are orcs considered like a half-breed by themselves? So then that means the lich thing is probably true as well, right? All humanoid races are not in the monster manual anymore. Interesting. So orcs still exist, they've just removed them from the monster manual completely. Typical tourist virtue signaling comes in a medium and tries to congratulate on people changing said medium. Very rich coming from a spur who justified harassment done to multiple streamers. He's never gonna live the peek of me thing down. Well, I think I knew about the half-race thing, because I think the half-race thing is older. I think that came about when they tried to say orcs couldn't be evil anymore. How about F no and F off? We still remember that you and people like you did and said when VTubers tried to play a wizard game. Hot take, but I don't think you're a VTuber once you show your face. Oh, look, it's Ryan. Hi, Ryan, if you're here. Oh, Razor, thank you for the 100 biddies. Super appreciated, Razor. I should probably... actually never had Twitch up, which is my bad. I'm bad about keeping, like, every window open all at once. JoCat is, from Razor in chat, JoCat is one of those kind of morons who will stick a vibrating sex toy in their own ear, giving themselves more brain damage. I mean, fair. Although, let's be polite. Let's not get too crazy. Ba-ba-ba-ba. JoCat shouldn't live it down, what with how much crap and piling on Pikami got for Hogwarts Legacy. He definitely didn't help. Oh, so I will say that this was something I brought up to him, and this is something I think a lot of creators should understand, is a lot of creators think that if they are like a majority positive person, that if they talk negatively about somebody, that person just doesn't get harassment from their fans. And I had to tell him this multiple times, that no matter how nice and polite you think your community is, when you reach a certain size, there will always be a substantial percentage that will take your words as the word of God. And when you say a creator is a bad person, they will go after that creator because you told them to. You have given them permission to go do it. And the bigger you are, always the worse that problem is going to be. And he refused to believe me when I said that. Every single time, it's like, are you sure they're my fans? Like, you know, my fans would never do that. My fans are good. And the thing is, I'm not saying you're responsible for it, right? Because you can't control that. There will always be a small portion of your fan base that just sucks. And that's everybody. Everybody's going to have at least one person that does not know when to stop and doesn't know when to not take it too far. My complaint is that a lot of these larger creators pretend that's not real. Like, they just refuse to acknowledge it. So they get super careless with what they say and how they handle themselves. And that eventually does lead to just larger and larger sections of their community being like, well, JoCat said I could hate this person, so I can just keep hating them and making it worse. Like, no, you can't do that, and you shouldn't do that. You still have to temper it. This is why people in the commentary community will have like that little thing at the start of all their videos, where it says, "Don't harass anybody I'm talking about. Don't go seek them out. This video is just for entertainment." And it's because when you regularly talk about other people, that is something you have to regularly say. You have to constantly reaffirm to your fans that that's not what you stand for, or it's going to keep escalating. Even otherwise normal people, if they are around enough bad people, might cave to the mob mentality, and it's not okay. But It's impossible to get larger creators to understand that. I genuinely don't know why it's so hard to get him to understand it. Oh, my throat, God. Is Mizuhana your thirst trap account now? Yes. I said that on Twitter. I got my old Twitter account back, but it's like, it's permanently on, what do they call it? It's like restricted to where all my posts are marked as sensitive anyways. So I said, screw it, I'll use it for like not safe for work and like thirst trapping. So if you follow my other Twitter, just know, eventually you're gonna see me in a dress, because I look pretty in a dress. Oh look, it's Azahara. Hi Azahara. Idol culture has some bad things, and I'm glad that some of it is getting changed to the benefits of the talents, but why are you happy that VTubers are changing routes? At that point, why even be a VTuber other than jumping on the it's cool to do it bandwagon? Which is true. Honestly, like, I think a lot of the stuff with idol culture isn't necessarily idol culture being toxic. It has more to do with, like, the businesses that run, like, idols. I think idol culture by itself would probably be fine if it wasn't for, like, some of the managers being shitty. Without the idol culture you hate so much, your favorite indie VTuber probably wouldn't exist today. Of course, anyone is free to enjoy the hobby like they want, and being proud to destroy the roots of VTubing, it isn't something I would be proud of. Shu trying to debate? Oh, Shu tying debate? The companies are crazy, they definitely are. Yeah, no, the exploitation is a problem, but I don't think exploitation naturally comes with idol culture. I think it's just, like, an issue with, like, the managers. I think you can have it completely safe without any of that. I'm not reading all this, but this is the quote from Am in, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. We should have gate-kept harder. This is what happens when you don't have anything offensive to scare away the normies. Yeah, you've got to... It's that meme of the guy... Here, let me see if I can find it real quick. Here you go, chat. I'm sorry if this is a little loud.
How I keep the rent low in my neighborhood.
You gotta remember, chat. You gotta do that for VTubers. Post lollies regularly, every day. Never forget to post your lollies, chat. The last thing you hear before another one of your hobbies is ruined. Pretty much, yeah. Once you've got people like JoCat moving in masse and encouraging their friends and their fan base to move in, you're gonna, like, have a huge dilution in the fan base. And it's gonna cause, like, especially larger companies like Hololive to probably move towards that, at least in their English branch. Although, we'll see. Hololive has already been kind of weird about that. Oh, so now the moral grandstander who downplayed the harassment of women and others, especially VTubers, over a video game is going to preach to us. Yeah. Someone lollified JoCat's avatar. Don't do that, because then you get in trouble. Then it gives him, like, more ammo to be like, look how mean they're being to me. Kind of proud that Thing is not Thing anymore, because I didn't like Thing. At this point, just become a normal streamer. The characters, the lore, the idol culture is what makes VTubers. Also, parasocialness is not exclusive to VTubers. Like, come on, dude. Remember when Pokimane became a VTuber for a while, a year after hating on It's a Gundam for having a model? I don't think she ever really became one, did she? Like, she got the model, and then she streamed with it, like, once, and never again. I know she still, like, shares it. At least on Twitter. What if you're a Futanari Lolly roleplay account? I'll do better in that case. This is disrespectful to idol culture as a whole and deviates from the original intents of VTubing. Call me a purist, but please attempt to have some basic respect for Japanese culture. Another JoCat tweet where he's a complete fool. Maybe you want this so you can harass more VTubers like you harassed Pikami. Maybe that's why. Don't comment on VTuber communities being toxic if you directly contribute to one of the most toxic moments out there, tourist. Kind of proud of VTubers slowly but surely breaking down the idol culture roots of VTubing. You don't hate tourist enough. By the way, these are crossed out. On phone, this actually looks completely normal, but on my computer, for some reason, it looks like an underline instead of a strike through. It's whatever, though. She got the model, but I think she used it for like a week along with the Valkyrie. Fair. Her fans complained about her VTuber model? Probably. Like, that would make sense, because she is a titty streamer at the end of the day. And her fans don't want to see anime titties, they want to see, real titties. Oh, so I've said this before. And this applies with streamers, but I said it originally in reference to a movie called Batman Ninja. Which, for those of you who haven't watched it, Batman Ninja is amazing, you should go watch it. But it flopped. It didn't do very well. It didn't do very well because it combined anime and normie cape shit. Which, as much as I like Batman, I have to admit that a lot of, DC Marvel is normie cape shit. What happened is a lot of the people who really like anime do not like Western superheroes. They're not interested in it. They think it's dumb. They don't like Marvel, typically. And they have they have no interest in it. And people who like Marvel and DC typically don't like anime. They think it's weird Japanese cartoons. They think it's dumb that everybody speaks Japanese instead of English. They think the plots are ridiculous, which, given the history of comics, is kind of funny. But typically, it's two very separate communities that do not like each other and think the other one is for children. So when you try and combine them together, it typically flops. Because the anime people are like, I don't really want to watch normie cape shit. And then the Marvel people are like, I don't want to watch Japanese cartoons. So it ends up not doing particularly well, despite being one of the most fantastic movies made in a long time. Also, hi Lum Lum, how's it going? I hope you're doing good. But I think that applies with VTubers as well. Because you get these titty streamers that are like, well, I can do VTubing, right? Because VTubing is super popular. The reality is you can't. Because your fans don't like anime girls. That's why they're watching you. They want to see your real life titties. They want to see you wiggle them. They want to see you do jumping jacks and all that other bull crap. And the people that watch like anime girls, yeah, they want their anime girls to be sexy. But they typically are there for like more of the personality than anything. They want her to make jokes. They want her to make funny noises. They want her to like do weird kind of niche weeby shit. They don't like the crossover. This is why you don't typically get VTuber enjoyers watching Pokimane, and you don't get Pokimane enjoyers watching VTubers. And people are going to very quickly find out that when you try to appeal to both of these communities, you're going to like absolutely nuke your like reach, because both communities don't like each other. It's like water and oil, but the oil is a highly infectious mold. Fair. Excellent recipe for failure. What do people think idol culture even means? The idol culture and parasocial boogeyman has done more damage to VTubing than any actual forms of parasocialism. Fair. Even Kason has trouble doing both with her audiences. Yeah, I kind of stopped watching Kason after she left and started doing Kason things. I thought it was weird. I didn't like it. Which is funny because anime and cartoons inspire each other all the time. A lot of the best cartoons of the 2000s are inspired by anime. Yeah, it's weird that the communities have like such a hard separation. I've never personally had like a huge separation between them. Like I like plenty of cartoon stuff. But it's whatever. Oh God, my throat, my voice. God, I'm chugging down my drink just trying to keep my voice up. I want to like her, but I don't. There's a theory that HoloLive had a lot more control over Kason than people would like to think, which a lot of people didn't think was true, because supposedly she did a lot of stuff outside of the purview of what Yagoo intended for his idol corporation to be. But some people think that they were kind of pushing her to do some of the weird shit she was doing, which made her like so loved by everybody. I don't want to get into those conspiracies, but yeah, it's what some people think. What's the CNN mean? The CNN is the cunty news network. That's what we're going with, and that's what I'm sticking to it. I hope you guys like the logo, by the way. My friend Dama made it for me. Best example in recent memory is Kai Cenat's community going after Iron Mouse for bashing heads of anime and normie. Yeah, that didn't go well for them. Also, here, I'm gonna go back to my big window, my big just chatting window. Yeah, no, so for those of you who don't know, Iron Mouse and Kai Cenat, or however you pronounce them, were kind of in like a race to be was it the most subbed Twitch streamer? Or the Twitch streamer who received like the most subs within like a certain period of time. It was something like that. And Iron Mouse had like temporarily dethroned him for like a couple days. And his fans like flipped shit. They were harassing her like day in and day out. And he even him, like somebody who is just like well known for not caring what other people think and like hurting people just for entertainment on stream, had to come forward and be like, yeah, no, me and Iron Mouse are cool, like don't start shit with her. And his fans still did it. They were still like on his tweet like, oh, don't worry, King, we understand that you have to say that, but we're still gonna like talk shit about her on your behalf because you need that. Like, that's just how regular streamers see VTubers. And they're probably always going to see them that way, no matter like how much crossover you try and make it. I'm honestly not 100% sure there will ever be like a particularly good crossover. I would like to say that at some point in the future, it will become nebulous enough that there is a large crossover. But the thing is, we've had this issue for years with like anime and cartoons, and there still hasn't been a particularly good crossover between them, like as in community-wise. So I'm not sure how that's going to happen. Yeah, he even said records are made to be broken. And I think he broke the record right back like a week later anyways. I don't understand why his fans were so mad. His fans just kind of suck, honestly. Then again, I feel the fans of like most IRL streamers just kind of suck. But that's just me. Honestly, I feel like most VTubers are more genuine than more of the half-face cam normie communities. Mind you, there are asshole VTubers as well, and they do exist. I meet many of them, but you know what I mean. I think it's because of the anonymity. When you're anonymous, you feel a lot more comfortable saying like your real feelings about stuff. A lot of the normie like cam streamers are afraid to say certain things because their face is out there. But with VTubers, like I've seen VTubers say some insane shit. I've said some insane shit. But I probably would have done it even if I was like a face streamer. Because I genuinely don't care what people think. And like if I am big enough that somebody could get me fired from my IRL job, I'm probably big enough that I can make enough money off streaming to not care about an IRL job. to be quite frank. I've had to tell this to people before because, like, always take care of yourself and always be safe. And don't, like, just give the internet your private information. But if you are big enough to actually be affected by, like, a canceling campaign, you're probably big enough to get a large enough fan base to support yourself outside of your real life. At least that's how I see it. It's not always true, but that's typically very true. It's hard to get a large enough fan base to have people that are that crazy and not already be like a massive streamer. Unless you're like Darkside Phil or something. I do think he has like some crazy guy that's constantly trying to get his bank account shut down, but that dude's just an absolute nutter butter. Don't know why people like Pokimane. She's mid at best and barely has any assets. She's a butt streamer at most. Fair. The stuff I've said on VTubing, I would have been fired from my job or excommunicated from people for saying. No, there's some stuff I've said that I'd probably get in trouble in real life for. But at the end of the day, it's kind of whatever, honestly. I'd say it again. Simping from Pokemon is like spending $100 on vanilla ice cream. Am I congested? No, my throat's messed up. I'm not 100% sure, like, what's wrong. I know we at work, we have like 3 people out with the flu, so it's possible I'm coming down with it. That's why I said tonight was going to be sort of a small stream, a short stream. Although, I'm thinking, guys, and I will put it to you guys, if you would prefer not always, but every once in a while doing like a smaller, like 1.5 hour stream about a specific topic, instead of trying to do like, we're just gonna like chat shit for 3 hours while I play games, and then me getting distracted by the game. And I have a whistle to my inhale. Oh, I mean, it's probably a bit of congestion too. Look, I am not smart when it comes to medical stuff, my guys. I'm super stupid. I don't typically go to the doctor. I just kind of wing it, and I'm like, hey, look, I've got some ibuprofen. I'll be fine. Down like 30 tablets. Actually, wait, I do still have like some super duper extra strength Dayquil NyQuil, which I'll probably take. Oh, let me tell you guys this story, right? So I got sick like a month and a half ago, and I was trying to tough through it. I had no medicine at the house, but I woke up like, and I felt like I was dying. I genuinely was the worst feeling I'd ever had. So I go to like my local grocery store, because the nearest like pharmacy is way too out. I forget like what it was. But I immediately just go to the medicine aisle, and I'm just going to get me, like, some Dayquil NyQuil. And I like the pills, right? I hate the drinks. I love the little pill capsules. So I find some pills, and it says it's a Dayquil NyQuil mix package, and it was a pretty good deal. It said it was, like, $16. So I grabbed it. I grabbed some, like, I think apple juice or something as well. So I go over to the self-checkout, scan it. I go to the store like for small items so often that I'm kind of on autopilot when I do self-checkout. And the self-checkout didn't have the sound on. It was quiet, which I prefer. I kind of prefer the sound to be off. So I scan it, and like I tap my card to the scanner. Not even like looking at it. I'm just on autopilot, clicking the buttons without even looking, because I don't have to. Get my stuff, I get in my car, and I go home. I take my NyQuil, pass out, wake up an hour later, and I feel great. Like, this is the best NyQuil I have ever had in my life. It felt like it was an instant fix. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Normally NyQuil doesn't work that well for me. So I pick up the container to look at it again. I'm like, oh, this is like some super special extra strength stuff. This is pretty great. Maybe next time I'll get this again. And then I get like a notification from my bank that's and it's like, you're out of money. It's like, wait, what? Should have had plenty of money. What are you talking about? And I pull it up, and it's trying to take out some money for YouTube Premium. I think it was like what YouTube Premium is now. It's like $13 or $15. And I was like, how? I had plenty of money. What is it? And I go to my bank account, and from the grocery store I was just at, there's like a $60 charge. I'm like, I bought like a thing of NyQuil for $16 and a thing of apple juice. Did I like scan it 12 times? What did I do? So I go back and I grab the receipt, And the receipt is something like apple juice, $3.50, extra strength NyQuil, $52. And I was like, what the what? The tag said $16. And it was supposed to be on sale. Why, what? I was so confused. I have no idea why it cost so much money. Talk about inflation. Oh, here, I gotta fix something real quick. I don't know why chat is only showing Twitch. Do I have like the wrong chat up? Chatbot. No, it's not chatbot, it's widgets. Shiroi is sending me art. Can I show it on stream or should I not show it on stream? Also, real quick, gonna fix my just chatting here. Oh, well, that's nice. Okay, are we back? Yeah, my OBS did the thing where it's like, you crashed. Let's see. So chat, here is the image Shiroi sent me. I've actually seen this one before, but I'll show it to you guys. So here, guys, this is the image Shiroi sent me that one of her followers drew at one point. I've seen it before. I like it a lot. I think it goes really hard. I'd like to see a finished piece of it. I think it'd be cool. What do you guys think? Oh, did Twitch start like a whole new stream? Of course it started a whole new stream. That's how Twitch goes. Oh well, I got the most of it out on Twitch, so the first one's fine. Love to get a model made of this design one day. Oh, it'd be cool. Wait, what? I swear, by the way, that X just reports people on your behalf sometimes. I just got a message saying one of the reports I sent went through. I don't report people unless they, like, dox or something. I don't know why, why it says I sent a report in on someone. Maybe they doxed somebody forever ago. I don't know. You both should get art in this get up. I'd get, Tanya the Evil Mizu art. Actually, if we're doing military get-ups, can I have, like, a Navy outfit? Like a sailor? I would prefer that. Oh, wait. I think I know what I would like. Give me a sec. Where is a picture of her? There we go. New tab. Why is it so small? Oh, well, you guys can see what it looks like anyways. This is my outfit. This is what I want to wear. I want to look like Iona. You can look like, you can look like Tanya the Evil. I can look like this. With my schoolgirl Navy outfit. With the sleevey things. By the way, I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen this anime, but this anime goes really hard, and the ending of it is super ridiculous, and I love it. Let's see, where is it? I don't know if any of you have actually ever seen Arpeggio of Blue Steel, but it's great and you should go watch it. I loved it, but it diverts from the manga hard. I mean, fair. I still like it a lot. Oh, is this? Can I get a full picture of this? Why is this on a WordPress? People still have WordPress websites? Is this the one where she's a submarine? Yes. She's not even my favorite character. Here, I'll show you my favorite character from Arpeggio of Blue Steel. This is my favorite, which is Haruna. I love the big floofy jacket. Unironically underrated with being one of the best early uses of CGI. Fair enough. What do you guys think? You want to see Mizu in a big oversized coat? You can't see me in. Where's a good picture of it? Here it is. Why is it all so small? Anyways, here's what she looks like outside of the coat. I'd be fine with this, having like the huge oversized coat draped over the shoulders. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the ships in Arpeggio of Blue Steel. Like, they're not super impressive. But I do like that this is the design for them. Which, they're just like regular ships, but then they have like the weird symbols on them. I think they look cool. I own almost every single one in World of Warships. Cover yourself fully with the coat you have and make it extra poofy. See, that could work. The problem is you can see through my coat. Because it's like a little aquarium. Speaking of which, somebody took my aquarium coat idea. Also, I am sorry, I have not read the manga for it because I am illiterate. I am a dum-dum who can't read. They have really good Figmas for these, by the way. Would like Arpeggio figures of the later manga ships, that's fair. Night Guard, you have a good one. It diverts from the anime at episode 4 to 5. Understandable, have a nice day. It's still one of my favorites. I think my favorite animes have to be Arpeggio of Blue Steel, Angel Beats. I mean, those two are like pretty up there, even though Angel Beats had like a shitty ending. Hellsing Ultimate, obviously. I think Hellsing Ultimate's fantastic. To Love Ru. I love To Love Ru. To Love Ru is great. I'm trying to think. I know my, the stuff I enjoy is like, kind of goes the whole gambit. Who stole my aquarium code idea? I don't know. I didn't find them on Twitter again. I just saw somebody posted a picture of a new VTuber they had rigged for, and it was somebody that had an aquarium coat. And they said, check it out, I rigged the whole aquarium in their jacket. And I was like, well, damn. This is my idea first. Oh, so it was after I had posted about it, but before my model came out, that somebody else added balloon titties to their model. Like, for those of you who don't know, I have this toggle. Somebody, like, a month after I had announced that I was getting this rigged, announced that they were going to have balloon titties on their model. And I was like, there's no way that didn't come from me. They saw that on me and they thought it was funny and they wanted it. They have to have. Because I'd never heard of anyone doing it before me, and suddenly they have it too. What about Full Metal Alchemist? Hot take, I don't like FMA. I've actually never really liked FMA all that much. I think it's kind of boring, honestly. And not the good kind of boring. Like, the slow burn boring, like Overlord. I like Overlord. Overlord's a good one. Like, where they really build to the climax of the season. But like the, what are we doing? Let's do something. Let's go somewhere. Kind of boring. You never really feel like anything's happening. FMA or Brotherhood, both. I don't like either of them. Look, I get why people like it. I'm not saying it's bad. It's definitely not for me, though, and I think it's boring as fuck. I feel like cooking something, but it's too late at night. Learn to cook. Learn to code, Razor. Friendship with Mizu has ended. Look, I've said before in the past, I don't like FMA. I've never liked FMA. I like Winry. I think Winry's hot. But I don't really care about FMA outside of that. It's just dull. The concept of alchemy is cool, but that's about it. I feel the same way about Ghost in the Shell. I can't comment on that one because I haven't watched it. I haven't watched Ghost in the Shell. I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop. I watched all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I watched all of the 4Kids version of One Piece. I watched the first couple seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! When it was still Yu-Gi-Moto. I haven't watched anything after that. I used to like Beyblade a lot. Beyblade was cool. I don't care what anyone says. Beyblade is an anime, factually speaking. Watched all of Bible Black, but that doesn't really count. for different reasons. Bakugan. So I liked both Bakugan and, here, let me see if I can find it. I don't know if anybody's actually going to know what this is, but I had, video games for this. One sec, I gotta make sure there's no porn on the screen before I change screens. Okay, we're good, there isn't. So I watched and played the shit out of this so much. I loved this. I had a video game for it. I don't know like what system it was on. It was definitely a handheld system. I played it every day, constantly like tweaking my Beatamon to be like the best thing ever. Unironically, I thought Beatamon was better than Beyblades. I thought it was great. I thought it was super fun. The problem is Beatamon became a thing in America after I was a little too old. So I was a Beyblade kid. Beyblade, like the original or Metal Fury Saga? The original. Beatamon loved and never find the choice ever again. Yeah. No, Beatamon was great. I thought Beatamon was a fantastic kid's show. And the... What was the video game I had? I'll probably see it if I see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it was the Game Boy Advance one for sure. It was this one. I played so much of this. I loved it. It was unironically up there with Pokemon with me playing it over and over again. Oh, I remember Metabots. So I talked about this. I forget why I talked about this. But I talked about Metabots on the stream the other day. Because there is a... You know how sometimes you won't, like, remember everything about a TV show? But there'll be some part of it that, like, just really sticks out in your mind. And... like, no matter what happens, you will permanently remember that one scene of the show, like, very vividly. I will always remember there's a episode in Metabots where the main character goes up to use the bathroom at night and he trips and hits his head on the bathtub. And all day people keep asking, "What's that big bump on your head?" And his robot would always jump up and be like, he thought, he'd like laugh so much. Like, he thought the bathtub was a toilet, and then the guy would smack him in the back of the head, and he'd be like, "Nothing happened, don't worry about it." I remember seeing it like a million times. Here, I'll see if I can find the scene. Oh god, there's like nothing going on for Metabots on the internet right now. I just want this one scene. So the episode name was Phantom Renegade Unmasked. It was the 17th episode of Metabots, and it has the main character repeatedly talking about how he falls and hits his head on the bathtub while they're trying to unveil the secret of some masked renegade person. No, Metabots recently got picked up by Retro Crush. Zoids were great. I own Zoids. I used to build Zoids when I was a kid. It was fantastic. Here, maybe one stream we'll do like our childhood stream instead of just chatting like this. We'll go over all our childhood stuff. Because there's a couple things I'd like to talk about that I was like semi-obsessed with as a kid. Like, I'm not like some people, right, that I carried my hyperfixations into adulthood. When I was a kid, I would have a hyperfixation, and I would fixate on it for, like, months. And then, after those months, I would typically kind of forget about it and never touch it again. But during those months, I was, like, the ultimate supporter. Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. Real quick, one more thing before I knock off the talking about old stuff. So I never liked the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Mostly because I wasn't allowed to. My parents were very religious, and they didn't believe I should because it was satanic. Also, thank you for the wow. But is it this one? It might be this one. No, that's the... So I did not like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. But there was one thing that showed up at one point in the anime that I thought was the coolest shit ever. And... it was this one. Dungeon Dice Monsters spinoff. I don't care what anyone says, Dungeon Dice Monsters is so much better than base game Yu-Gi-Oh! It is so good. Oh, I loved it. It was so fun to play. It actually, like, made Yu-Gi-Oh! A fun game for me. I hope some chat remembers this and it's not just me. They're going to be releasing it in the Early Days collection in a few days. What, this? Or something else? Here, one sec. Look up Duel of the Roses. I think I've seen this game before. I've never played it. I played the, so is it this one? Dungeon Dice Monsters is good in concept, but balancing was really bad. Look, balancing in regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really bad. Just so we're clear. Oh, it was a PlayStation 2 game. Yeah, I never got to play this one. Oh, they had like full models of them and everything. Here in one sec. Is this just like a full remake of it? First reply on it is this project is dead in the water. That's tragic. I can agree with that 100% as a professional casual. Look, I sat down and I tried to play Master Duel. And the number of 1 or 2 turn decks that were in the game was ridiculous, and I had absolutely no fun. And I complained about this on Twitter, and I had a bunch of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like loyalists come to me, and they're like, you just don't understand how to play. And it's like, yeah, I don't understand how to play. You know why I can't learn how to play? Because I lose on the first turn every round because somebody played 80 cards and just one-shot me before I could do anything. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know where you expect me to learn. They're like, oh, you can learn against bots. Yeah, I learn against bots that there's like 8 billion cards I don't have that cause the game to instantly win. Against real people, I just lose as soon as I start. I do not like Yu-Gi-Oh! I think the way it's set up needs like an overhaul. But I'm not gonna force them to change it. If everybody wants to play with like the one-shot decks, they can play with the one-shot decks. Any game that has a meta 1 to 3 turn victory deck tends to suck. Exactly. And like I complain about it, and then a bunch of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community like jumped on me and tried to like shit talk me. And they're like, well, you just don't understand like the specific builds you need to counter it. And the thing is, I even complained about this in Hearthstone, right? For those of you who don't know, at some point, Hearthstone released a Cthulhu deck. Oh, it was pretty early in its lifetime. And the game immediately became unplayable, because if you were not playing the Cthulhu deck, you lost. And it came out, I think, like a week later, that there was one specific deck you could run that completely countered the Cthulhu deck. But if you weren't running that one specific deck, and you saw somebody play a Cthulhu card, you lost. That was it. The game was over. You were not going to win. Like, you just had to lose. And that's the same thing with, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! When I kept seeing, like, oh, if you want to beat one-turn kill decks, you have to have this specific collection of cards. And it's like, that's not fun. Like, I don't feel like I should have to play the same deck every game on the off chance that somebody has a one-turn kill deck. I want to play something fun, and I want to build my own deck with my own stuff. But, like, nobody took me seriously on that. And, like, I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, so if the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players want to, like, keep it, then fine, they can keep it. I just won't play. Like, that's my thing, like we were talking about earlier. I'm not going to come in your community and force it to change. If you guys like it this way, you like it this way. I was just telling people why I didn't want to play it. And they got very mad at me for saying I didn't want to play it. They made a card that currently costs $130 that literally draws every time you summon from the deck or extra deck. That sounds absolutely like shit. If there's one thing I know about TCGs, it's card economy, and giving anybody like a free draw at any time is just gonna like ruin it. If we don't, it sucks. Look, I understand that some people don't like it, but I got hopped on by so many like Yu-Gi-Oh! Loyalists that I was like, I don't want to deal with it. Fine, one-turn kill decks aren't a problem. You just whatever. I'd like to comment too that there are 0-turn kill decks. That as soon as the opponent has their turn, they can immediately beat you. It is hard, and it requires a lot of luck, but it is possible. I see it similarly to people that play Pokemon, and every single Pokemon they have has Fissure or Sheer Cold. But for those of you who don't know, both of those moves are one-hit kill moves. And the idea is if all 6 of your Pokemon are tanky and have Fissure or Sheer Cold, then statistically, eventually you're going to wipe the enemy at some point. Because you would have to miss... First off, you have to already miss at least 6 times, but there's a possibility, if they're tanky enough, that you have to miss 12 times or 24 times. And it relies entirely on luck, and it's not fun, it takes no skill, and it sucks. And there's easy ways to beat it if you have, like, a good enough team, but it's still one of those things that sucks, and I don't want to deal with it. Could happen with Warhammer as well, but you have to be extremely lucky. Yeah, I think that's the thing, and that's why it doesn't get complained about in some games, because in some games it is just pure extreme luck. But it feels like in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of 1-turn kill decks or 0-turn kill decks that are very, very easy to set up. And at least from what I saw, a lot of them just seemed very easy to set up and deal with. Pokemon, it's all Poke powers and abilities. Yeah. Anyways, chat. I think another day we'll do a, Oh, why isn't the button working? YouTube, button. YouTube does not like when I'm streaming. It doesn't like to let me look at my, my studio. It just crashes every so often. But I'm gonna see maybe if I can raid somebody out, and another day we'll talk about like old stuff if you guys want to, like very old stuff from our childhood, like, you know, original Beyblade, original Metabots, maybe some Sailor Moon. I watched Sailor Moon as a kid, stuff like that. Do I have anybody that is currently streaming that I'm following? Oh, Sayu is. Oh, and she's playing Pokemon. Look at that. Pokemon Fire Red Soul Link Nuzz Randomizer with Yozora Aoi. You know, we'll raid her. I like Sayu. And then on Twitch, Mizu confirmed Nostalgia Baiter. I'm not nostalgia baiting. You know what? On Twitch, we're gonna raid Akuma Miko. I streamed with her the other day. I thought she was super nice. I know she's got like some history, but I don't think she's that bad. I think she's better now. But you guys have a good night. We're gonna send you guys off, and we will do a nostalgia baiting stream at some point in the future. Bye, guys.